Hello fellow readers, I'm Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am selecting my TBR for September using my game TBR Tarot. So let's get started. So as you saw, my first card was the Four of Wands, and this is going to be a fantasy or sci-fi with a 4+ rating on Goodreads. So the book that I've chosen for this is Under the Whispering Door. This is by the same author that wrote House in the Cerulean Sea, and I've heard people didn't like this one as much as House in the Cerulean Sea, but I've also heard some other great things, and like this is really dealing with grief and stuff like that. So I am interested in reading this, and I'm excited to work it into this TBR. The next card that I pulled is the Page of Wands, and this again is going to be a fantasy or sci-fi, and it's going to be any book that I really see everywhere. The book that I've chosen for this is Legends and Lattes. I feel like this was literally all over, and so I am very excited to finally be getting to this book. From what I know about this book, it's like just your typical fantasy where like the main character is giving up on like doing all the adventures and like heroic things and just wants to like kind of settle in and like live in a town and like run a coffee shop. And so that's all that this is about, and I've heard this is like peak cozy fantasy vibes, and I am just so excited. The next card that I have is the Seven of Wands. And again, this is going to be a fantasy or sci-fi, and this is going to be an author that is new to me. So the book that I've ended up choosing is Howl's Moving Castle. This one is, I don't know a ton about it actually, I've just heard great things, but all I know is there's like this castle that moves, I guess. Yeah, I really don't know too much about it, but like it's a classic fantasy, and like I hear everyone talking about it, and like even some of my own friends have read this and like absolutely love it, and so I'm like I need to finally read it. So this will be on my list for September as well. Boy, do I have a lot of ones this time, because my next card is also a Knight of Wands. So I guess the deck just really wanted me to read fantasy or sci-fi this month. But anyways, the Knight of Wands is going to be another fantasy or sci-fi, and it is going to be the first book that I see on Instagram or Goodreads. So you can see me scrolling through right here, and it actually took quite a while to find one that was like on my TBR or something that I had to read, so like I'm sure it's still going. While that's scrolling still, I will tell you about the book that I ended up getting. It is the Drowned Woods. This is the Illumicrate edition, so it's got the edges and everything. So what I know about this book is that we have our main character who has like some magic powers, like she can control the water, and there was a prince who like basically forced her to like serve him, and she's been like running from him, and she's finally given the opportunity where someone's like, let's go get him back, and like revenge story, you know? And so I'm very intrigued. It sounds like it's gonna be like kind of fairy tale-ish. It also has like revenge on a prince, and so this is really reminding me of the book that I'm reading in August currently that is like Nettle and Bone. It's very like we're gonna go get the prince and like have a revenge story as well. So if this is anything like that book, I am going to enjoy it. It also mentions that there's like a sidekick corgi in this, and I'm like freaking adorable. I hope I'm obsessed with this because it sounds great. And then the last card that I pulled was the Magician, and this is just going to be starting any new series. So we're very quickly getting to the end of the year, and I have quite a few books from my list of 22 books that I haven't read, or that I want to read in 2022 that I haven't read yet. If you want to see all of those books, I'll link that video down below for you. But because we're getting so close and like time is flying, I'm sure the year will be over like that. So I need to start focusing on some of those books again. And so I am picking up The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter to get at least one more off that list. From what I know, this book has like a group of like daughters from fictional characters. Like there's Jekyll and Hyde, there's Sherlock Holmes, like all of these different like famous classic stories, and this is going to follow their daughters. And like what I know is one of them is basically like telling the story of like what happened to all the daughters, and then like at random times some of the girls will like interject and be like, that's not true, and stuff like that. And I don't know, it just sounds fun and like cute, and I'm just excited to read this. So I am going to finally get to this book as well. So this is my TBR for September. I am so excited about actually all of these, and I am just waiting to read them. If you like this video, please like and subscribe down below. It really means so much to me. And if you have read any of these books before, please let me know down below what you thought of them so I know what I am getting into. Also, let me know what you're reading this month. I love seeing what other people are reading and if I've read it too and all that fun stuff. So let me know that down below as well. Until next time, keep reading!